3 o'clock, it's Thursday, and I'm thirsty. This week we're at Elmdale Oyster House in Hintonburg having a beer with Josh Bishop. Cheers. Welcome to episode number 9 of Having a Beer With. This week we're having a beer with Josh Bishop from the Whalesbone. Josh?
G'day.
Cheers to you, my friend. How are things?
Oh, things are great, thanks.
Excellent.
Yeah, no complaints.
So Whalesbone is celebrating 10th anniversary, and we also have Oysterfest. This is how many years for Oysterfest now?
It'll be eighth year.
Eighth year.
The 8th Oyster Festival, yeah.
So tell us about the Whalesbone. 10 years ago, people obviously didn't know much about oysters, didn't know much about sustainable seafood. Mm-hmm. Why was that a big passion for you to bring that to Ottawa?
We started with the oyster program in general, the Oyster House, and
Right.
then we were wholesaling oysters, and then kitchens were asking, when we were wholesaling oysters to kitchens, they were asking where we got our fin fish from.
Okay.
So fin fish wasn't really part of the wholesale plan in the beginning,
Right.
but it just seemed to be an easy, well, you're asking.
So you started as a wholesaler and then went.
No, pardon me. No, we had the Oyster House. We had
Right,
the Oyster
had the
House,
Oyster
430 Bank.
Right.
And then we had, we were, in addition to bringing in oysters for ourselves, we started bringing in more oysters. And then just simply we wanted to start supplying them with fin fish as well.
That's awesome.
In addition to just oysters. And then, but in profiling the fin fish, certainly the sustainable initiative was part of it, being concerned how it's caught, where it's coming from.
Right. And you found a lot of restaurants have bought into that in terms of being more concerned about where their fish is coming from and what's it about and how it was
Oh yeah.
farmed.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So we got 430 Bank,
yeah.
then Kent Street came afterwards.
Yeah, 504 Kent.
And so what's the concept there? It's more people can't stay and eat. It's more of a brown bag kind of a thing.
Yeah, you can. It's there's a takeaway lunch that happens there.
Nice.
There's a takeaway lunch that happens Monday to Saturday. Yeah, Monday to Saturday. Runs till 2 o'clock. It's not offered all evening.
Excellent.
And then there's a fish counter also.
That's great.
So it's and people can come in and I think people often want to make the right choice, but they're not sure, and they maybe don't have there's a booklet you can get,
Right.
red, yellow, green. They just come into our place and they just the idea is they don't have to ask questions, they just know it's the right
Nice
choice.
and easy.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Oysterfest is this Sunday.
Next Sunday, the 28th.
Sounds great. So what's what can we expect at Oysterfest? Obviously a lot of beer, a lot of rum, a lot of oysters.
Yeah, mostly a lot of oysters there. Yeah, yeah, a lot of oysters, a lot of people, a bit of music. A great crowd of oyster shuckers that take part in the Ottawa Valley Oyster Shucking Championships.
Awesome.
There'll be former Canadian champions there. Many
A lot of shuckers.
people
eh?
with a lot of notches in their knives.
My favorite shirt ever is Steve Mitten. I think it was your wife that gave him the Big Mother Shucka t-shirt.
the Big
My favorite
Mother
shirt.
Shucker.
Yeah.
Steve Mitten, Murray Street.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whalesbone, 3 locations: Bank Street, the Oyster House. We got the sandwich shop down on Kent, and the Elmdale Oyster House down here in Hintonburg. Come see us on the 28th at Oysterfest, and happy 10th anniversary, my friend.
Right on.
Let's
Thanks,
have
Paul.
some oysters with our
Yeah,
beer.
Let's do it.
Excellent.
Right on.
Next week we are down with the Enviro Center in the Byward Market, talking about some great environmental initiatives happening in the city. See you next week, Thursday at 3 o'clock.